Everyday design decoded. Ballpoint pens. The barrel vent.
Okay, grab the nearest cheap ballpoint pen you can find. Really, pick it up. Now ignore the cap. Look at the actual stick part, the barrel. If you roll it around in the light, halfway down the shaft, you are going to see a tiny, barely visible hole. I'm looking at one right now on this disposable stick pen, and honestly, it looks like a mistake, like a bubble in the plastic mold or something.
It does look like a defect, doesn't it? But on this episode of Why It Looks Like That, we are looking at why that little puncture is actually the most important piece of engineering in your hand.
Wait, the most important? Come on, it's a hole. I always assumed it was just, I don't know, maybe to save a fraction of a penny on plastic? Or maybe to let the ink dry?
Actually, if that hole wasn't there, your pen would stop writing almost immediately. You'd get maybe a few sentences out, and then nothing. Dry, scratchy paper.
Why? Is the ink drying out inside?
No, the ink is fine, but it's stuck. It's a physics problem. Think about what happens when you write. You are dragging thick, oily ink out of a reservoir and onto the page, right?
Dragging it out?
So when that ink leaves the tube, it leaves behind empty space. If the tube is perfectly sealed, like airtight, that empty space creates a vacuum. It becomes a low pressure zone inside the pen.
Oh, and nature abhors a vacuum.
Exactly. That vacuum starts pulling back on the ink. It wants to suck the ink back up the tube to fill the void. Eventually, the suction inside becomes stronger than gravity pulling the ink down. The flow just stops.
That is wild. So the ink is physically fighting the air pressure?
It is. Think about that trick you do with a drinking straw at a restaurant. You know, you dip the straw in water, put your finger tight over the top hole, and lift it up.
And the water stays inside the straw. It doesn't fall out.
Right. As long as your finger blocks the air from getting in the top, the water is trapped against gravity. A pen without that hole in the side is exactly like that straw. The ink wants to flow down, but the vacuum holds it up.
So that little hole, that's the finger coming off the straw.
Precisely. It's a vent. It lets atmospheric pressure, just the air in the room, rush inside the tube to fill the space where the ink used to be. It effectively pushes the ink down towards the ballpoint.
It's weirdly biological.
How so?
It's like the pen has to breathe. It has to inhale air so it can exhale words.
That is a great way to put it. Without that tiny lung, the system suffocates. So next time your pen skips, check if your thumb is covering that hole.
I'm never going to hold a pen the same way again. That is actually really cool.
Ignite your muse with drops of inspiration. Search Musedrops.